It's time for the Nate Hawkins Show. Learn all about Heritage Hills basketball straight from the coach. The Nate Hawkins Show, exclusively on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Victor, why don't you recap that game for us?
Well, I tell you, Joe, I was real happy with our intensity level and just our overall defense in that basketball game. I thought we were physical. I thought we were tough. It just showed some of the areas that we've grown into to kind of complete our team defense over the course of this year. Anytime you hold anybody to 34 points. Really good chance to win in the basketball game. But it wasn't that we were that great offensively. And I think Perry Central had a lot to do with that. I thought they were pretty good defensively as well. But I just felt like we won it with our defense. We got a few transition buckets and shared the ball really well. It was really nice to see. I mean, they kind of gobbled Trent up a little bit. Trent only got, I think, 6 shots in the whole game. And Alex Schaefer got some opportunities. He ended up with 11 points. Jesse Weatherholt, JT Smallwood get 9 each. Hunter Meredith gets 8. Trent had 6. We had Marcus Becker had 6. I mean, it was just a solid team effort. Did a nice job sharing the ball and just kind of taking advantage of what Perry Central took away from us. And those guys stepped up, made some plays. Hit some timely shots, and just a great win for the Patriots.
And we talked about some of the youth on your team, and I'll tell you what, to end up with the record you have, with what you've got coming up through the ranks, you got to be excited.
Yeah, we are. We're very excited because you think about it, and we've talked about this. I mean, last year we graduated 4 starters. Obviously led by Indiana All-Star Blake Sisley. And that was just a tough bunch. And then, also we came in with a lot of question marks with our point guard play, graduating Jake Johnson, who was there. And I think Hunter Meredith and Owen Benson have really stepped up to the plate and have really done a nice job this whole season as far as taking on that lead and wanting to be that point guard. Did we struggle at times? Sure we did, but it seems like they've really grown up and have just done a really nice job. So there was a lot of question marks there. And, you think back even the year before, we just graduated a lot of really good players over these last 2 years. And for those guys to, come in with all the youth and inexperience and go 14 and end up 14-9 in the regular season. What can I say? I'm just really proud of this basketball team, and we're just gonna stay with it. And right now our goal is to have a really good week this week and just continue to win basketball games.
And we're back on the Nate Hawkins Show right after this to have an interview with Indiana's All-Star and Heritage Hills Patriot and University of Evansville ace Blake Sisley. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
And welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And we're joined by last year's Heritage Hill star and U of E Aces basketball player, Blake Sisley. Blake, how you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Why don't you, I'm sure most people know, but why don't you go ahead and give a little background about what's going on with Blake Sisley since graduation?
Yeah, since graduation, a couple weeks after that, I headed to the Indiana All-Star practice and Indiana All-Star week and got a great experience, with the games, the practices, just hanging out with all those guys. And then about a week later, headed off for, summer workouts here at Evansville and, started my freshman year and have been growing and growing and, doing pretty well right now. I'm loving it. We're starting to compete and, really not too many complaints. So that's kind of just been, what's been going on since I've graduated.
And you were a member of last year's sectional championship team. Why don't you tell us, actually the last 2 years, why don't you tell us about a little bit about that experience and et cetera? Yeah,
I'll start with the first sectional. I mean, it was the first one in 17 years, and we had lost the 2 years prior to that. So to finally get one was huge. We had the class above us was really big in that. We had a couple kids from my class on that team as well. So just to finally break that ice after 17 years was huge. And that year was the kind of the year we thought we could take it all the way. But and then the second year during the sectional was probably my favorite. Because it was with the class that I grew up with, my whole life, and the way we strung 3 games together and played really well together, and everyone was accepting of their roles and perfected their roles, and it was 3 tough games and very, very memorable.
And I gotta ask, how did it feel? I mean, I know 2 years ago a lot of people were talking about the Heritage Hills Patriots for a state championship and have that pulled out from under your rug.
Yeah, it was definitely hard to swallow at first. Once we found out it was canceled or once we found out that it was even postponed, and we couldn't have practice anymore, we'd still come in and have open gyms in hopes that we could stay in shape if they decided to continue with the tournament. But once we got the final no, it was pretty heartbreaking. And, like I said, we felt like we had what it took to, take it all the way. So that was definitely hard.
And, you're at Purple Ace right now, but tell me about what it meant to be a member of the Heritage Hills Patriot basketball team.
Yeah, it meant everything. Me growing up in the program with my dad being the coach, and my mom would drop me off every day to go to practice, and dad would take me home from the high school practice. And so for me growing up around it, I knew how special it was. And like my dad, who also played there, so he could tell me all the stories and all the things he experienced. So I really knew how special it was, and I'm glad I never took it for granted. I went out every night, competed. I was fortunate enough to play on some really good teams there throughout my 4 years and have a very, very good career as well. So it was special to play for this program.
Well, Blake, good luck the rest of the season with the Evansville Aces.
I appreciate it.
And you've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brothers Communications. We'll be back right after messages from our sponsors.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
And we're back on the Nate Hawkins Show. And Coach, I'll tell you what, having a player like Blake Sisley, and now you got his brother Trent, I mean, you've got something special right there.
Yeah, it is. And I tell you that both Blake and what Blake has meant to the basketball program here at Heritage Hills, and just he's just special. It was nice. I took the team and our coaching staff after our practice on Saturday over at Boonville. We went to the Aces game and watched Blake get out there. He hit a couple threes, played really well, 14 points overall, guarded a really, really good post player and just battled all the way through, made him earn everything that he got. And, just very similar to what he did at Heritage Hills. He just continues to get better. And, I think he's going to have a great, great college career for the Evansville Aces as well. But, he meant a great deal to us, I think he finished up his career 1,554 points, second all-time leading scorer behind Murray Becker, and then, career rebounding record holder, Indiana All-Star. He was a junior All-Star. I mean, it was a lot of fun being Indiana All-Star assistant coach last year and getting the opportunity to coach Blake and all the All-Stars for that week as well. Man, what can I say, about everything that Blake has done for our program and just helping us continue to build this winning culture we've got here. And now, now it's Trent's time and time for Trent to come through. And I think Blake has been an instrumental part in what Trent has been able to do. And I know he's continued to coach him up whenever he gets a chance and whenever he sees him play as well. So, we're very excited about the both of those Sisley boys and what they've meant to our program.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think I saw on Facebook that you were awarded your ring for being an assistant coach for the Indiana All-Stars.
Yeah, it was that was a very nice evening. We did that when we had Princeton, our last home game of the year, and Coach Broughton had came down and he told me, he said, "Hey, I got your ring," and he said, "Want to come down?" And then he got back with me and said, "Hey, this is the date it was going to happen," and we did a little special ceremony that night as well, and that just meant a lot to me, and I think it was just great for our whole community to be involved in that, and obviously if you're going to become an Indiana All-Star coach, there's a lot of things that have to go well, and I think that all of my past players and even the ones that are still in the program had a little bit to do with my selection to be an Indiana All-Star coach last year, and I just really treasured every moment. That was just a great week of basketball, and then obviously being able to beat Kentucky twice was really special.
And, opening up this week is sectional. You'll be opening up against Gibson Southern, who on January 7th you defeated 47-40. Why don't you preview that game for us?
Well, I tell you that it's going to be a great basketball game, no question. I've known Coach Rohr for a while, and he does a really nice job. I think it's going to be important for us to kind of set the tone right away in this basketball game. I think we've got an advantage probably inside a little bit, and they get most of their scoring on the perimeter, but they've got guys that can make shots. They've got a group of seniors, we were fortunate enough to build a lead against them the last time we played down in Fort Branch. But they come storming right back. I think they cut it all the way down to like 1 or 2 points in that game. But our kids kind of hung in there, didn't lose their composure and made some plays down the stretch. And I look at it as, we've got to be really, really good on the defensive end tomorrow, and we've got to rebound the basketball. We can't get out rebounded by this team. We've got to own that end of the floor. And if we can get some stops, I think we can get out in transition. And we like to get up and down the floor and run. And I think that's when we're in our best. So, we're going to have to be very good in order to come out of here with a win. I mean, it's hard to beat somebody twice in 1 year. But I think if we can come in and be really locked in on the defensive end and on the boards, I think we have to give ourselves a great chance to go advance in this tournament.
Well, Coach, good luck this week against Gibson Southern, and I look forward to talking to you next week about a sectional championship, your third in a row, and not recap the season.
Hey, well, I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, Joe, and it's been a lot of fun, and we just hope to continue to play.
Exactly. And you've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brothers Communications. We'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show. Learn about Heritage Hills basketball every week. The Nate Hawkins Show, exclusively on Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get